Hi, I wanted to share the kind of therapy we practice at our nonprofit and in my own private practice. To preserve client confidentiality and with client consent, I only record my own camera feed and share parts that do not convey identifying information. As a result, you will not see the context, but you will, however, gain an idea for the themes of our therapy, which are connecting to self in awareness and kindness, which leads to genuine power and compassion.
Well, nice to meet you, not in person, but in a more, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You'll see my style is fairly conversational, so after, I think I probably shared that with you as well, but after the session is over, kind of an invitation from me to you to think about whether this feels right or not and to trust your judgment. Usually in couples, when there is anger is, I don't know if you've heard that, but anger in my experience is secondary. Usually underneath the anger is some hurt. And so my part of the work that I do with my couples is to help, folks take ownership of their hurt with tenderness so that they don't immediately jump to you did something wrong. And I find that it's an important element that contributes to shifting the openness of the relationship in terms of I'm going to share with you my hurt in tenderness as opposed to you did something wrong. I find it's an important component and helps actually both partners. The first one take ownership of their own emotions, and eventually it actually grants them more power. And the second one, the one on the receiving end, of to learn to feel safe and create circumstances in which sharing can happen. And share them with tenderness, because the quality, of course, with which we're sharing these things matters quite a bit. If we share our hurt, but with anger, it becomes actually at the end of the day anger. Just wondering if there is a space for you to have a voice and share your hurts and vulnerabilities, or whether this is actually secondary and your role as conceived by the system, not just you or her, but you and her together, is for you to provide. That's kind of my style of therapy, which is to be as transparent. And in some ways, I was reflecting on that after the fact, because I don't do it on purpose, but in some ways propose an example of what to do with one's own vulnerabilities. I think that's partly why I like to be transparent. Here's the thought that's present on my foreground is, in terms of your human presence, there's some loveliness to your human presence. And I'm not quite sure what to make of it, and I don't know if it's in my imagination, but I wanted to share that. Here's an invitation. Think about it and see what comes up for you, and again, an invitation to trust your judgment as to what feels right. Do you have questions for me? Well, yeah. And I'm, if we work together, you'll discover that my style is gentle. I may have shared some of that or not. I don't remember what I said in our phone call, but I conceive the core of therapy as to help us welcome our own humanity. And so anything that's judgmental is the antithesis of that. So you'll find me being a bit of a softie. You're welcome. You have my cell phone? Okay. You know how to find me. Emails, sometimes I read them, sometimes I don't. Text messages, I do. Great. A pleasure meeting you.